Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. It is Chrissy Key Rollins here, bringing you, I believe, the first energy update of 2020, which I'm pretty excited about. And I am going to talk about what's relevant to right now, like I typically do, because, I've been doing these weekly for quite a while now. So I am going to talk about what is happening right now. Let's see, today is Tuesday, January the 7th of 2020. So I am going to share on that. But first, I wanted to share with you that there are 5 major energy themes that have made themselves present and known, and they are going to be relevant throughout 2020. So I thought it would be helpful, as these 5 themes have come into my awareness, to share them with you so that you can understand why some of the upheavals and frustrations and struggles and setbacks that you are inevitably going to experience throughout 2020, why they're happening, so that in the moment you can start to take a different perspective and start to really address and align yourself with the energy of the moment and the opportunity that's being presented, and not just have to go through all that stinking suffering for nothing, or to repeat patterns and such. So as much as the energy for 2020 feels really, really great and a lot of infinite possibilities out there, and it does mean a fresh start for a lot of us in a lot of really beautiful ways, and not so much a fresh start, let me say it this way, not so much a fresh start as a harvesting of fruits from all the labors that you have done in the past. So it's going to feel like a fresh start. It's going to feel like it came from nowhere, but you and I both know it's been building for quite some time. So while there are great changes underway, and while there are many great things that are going to happen throughout 2020, I am here to let you know that you will not be free of struggles just because you're in a new year. You will not be free of overwhelm or frustrations just because you created a vision board and you're really clear on what you want for the year. You're going to meet challenges. They are inevitable, and there are 5 themes that you will find popping up whenever these struggles arrive. So as challenges hit, I want you to bookmark this conversation so that you could go back to it and remember, which of these 5 opportunities is life handing to me through this upheaval, through this incongruency, through this frustration, or stagnation or limitation that I'm experiencing in life. Okay, and these are not in any particular order, but they are all kind of related together. So I put them in sequential order in that sense, like kind of bundled them together in like forms of energy, but we're going to break them down a little bit further so that we have 5 overall themes. Now, these 5 overall themes all fall under like one umbrella. So there's one major shift that's happening with our collective human consciousness right now, and that is that the veil is being lifted, and we're given the opportunity to start seeing beyond the surface level of things. That's why so many institutions are starting to kind of have their false face step to the side, and more insights and seeing what's behind the curtain is kind of coming into light, and a lot of things are kind of shifting and changing. So that's because right now, as a collective human consciousness, we are evolving ourselves to start to see beyond what meets the eye. So everything is happening. You think 2020, think clear vision, think we're going to be seeing clearer. This is how life gets us to see more clearly. It's through the upheavals and through the contrast. So as we're seeing beyond what meets the eye, these are the 5 themes that you can look for, how that's going to show up, the opportunities, the ways that life is saying, hey, this is your chance to start to see this from a different perspective. Hey, whoever just joined live, say hello. Would love for you to join in the conversation. And how's your 2020 going so far? Are you feeling good, like anything's possible energy, or are you already feeling some challenges and struggles in the new year? Okay, so in that whole thought process of seeing beyond what is on that surface level, what lies beyond that seen surface level of things, here are the 5 themes that you're going to see throughout the year. First and foremost, this has been going on for quite some time, and those of you that are here watching are probably already aware of this, because you probably had ample opportunity to be on one end of the spectrum or the other of this particular theme. And this first theme that I want to talk about is the opportunity to heal blaming and shaming. It's something that's pretty rampant in our society. We're always looking for who's to blame, what's to blame. Some of the times it's us that we have to blame. And there's certainly a lot of shaming when people don't measure up, when we don't measure up. There's a lot of not so feel good when we're on this outside comparison See where I'm going here with this? When we're just looking at things on the outside, then we are stopping ourselves from seeing that whole big picture. And when we see things just from the surface level, it's going to look like there's someone to blame. It's going to look like there's something to be shameful about. So how do we heal blame and shame as a human species? We are given the opportunity to experience what it would feel like to be in a situation in which it felt warranted, justified to blame another person, of which it feels warranted or justified to feel shameful or not enough. And life is here to wake you up, to shake you up, to say you are enough. There's nothing to be shameful about. And in fact, there's no one to blame. However, theme number 2 is that it is time to up-level your integrity. So while there is not anyone to blame, there is an opportunity for you to step up your level of integrity. Now, most of us watching this kind of broadcast already have a pretty high level of integrity. However, there are a lot of justifications that we have running through our head, usually tied up around that first theme, blaming and shaming. A lot of justifications that cause us to step out of integrity. Well, because they did this, or they were talking to me like this, or this happened first, so this was my reaction. And we feel justified. So we put on blinders to our own integrity. We stay focused on what that other person is doing. We point a finger in that direction. And then we use that as a justification to be out of integrity for ourselves. And life says no more. In 2020 and beyond, if you're going to see clearly, if you're going to live into your fullest expression of self, you have to up-level your own integrity, which means putting on your blinders to what other people are doing and take off your blinders as to why you are still insisting that it is okay for you to be out of integrity, especially if it's dependent on the circumstances or events that are happening around you. See how this is kind of prevalent to our day-to-day life? Hey, Julie, so glad you're here, babe. Feel free to join in the conversation. Okay, so the third theme, which is still connected to this healing of blaming and shaming and this up-leveling of integrity, is that there's going to be an ongoing theme, there already is an ongoing theme, to help us reconnect to the humanity within each other. Now, there's a lot of craziness that's happening out there in the world, and as we're blaming and shaming and justifying and whatnot, keeping an eye on our own integrity, it is pretty easy to point a finger in that direction and say, I just watched your actions. I can tell that by your actions, this is really what kind of person you are or what kind of intentions you have. Therefore, I'm going to hold you to that, and I'm going to forget the fact that you are a human, a fragile human that has been through pain and suffering, especially if you're causing pain and suffering to another being. And just like it hurts me anytime that someone is anything less than kind, loving, and supportive, it also hurts you, other human being here having this shared human experience together. So 2020, one of the major themes of 2020 is going to be that opportunity to reconnect to the humanity within other individuals. How do we do that? It's not just going to like-minded individuals that are already collecting for all the great things. It is also includes having that connection back to the humanity within others, even when their choices are not so great. Now, it does not mean that you condone their choices. It just means start to up and reconnect your awareness back to the humanity within other people. You're going to be given time and time and time opportunities. You're going to see it in the media. You're going to see it firsthand in your life. It's going to be all throughout 2020, this opportunity to reconnect to the humanity within other individuals, especially when they are not making really great choices. You see how this is all connected? See what's beyond. Heal the blame and shame. Up-level your integrity. Reconnect to the humanity within others. Okay, so the fourth theme that has come through loud and clear for 2020, and this does go along with all of this, but it takes kind of a slight turn at the same time. This fourth theme is that it is time to stop fixing life. It is time to stop solving life. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to solve. In fact, everything is fine. So stop trying to fix it. Stop trying to line everything up perfectly. Stop trying to do in order to get something that's on the other side of it, which brings me to our fifth theme of 2020, which is to connect to the true purpose that you have, your true purpose. And that true purpose is to be you. So you're going to be given ample opportunities to learn who you are, to better refine your character, and to understand that when you give up this blaming, when you give up the shaming, when you heal and reconcile and get back in touch with the humanity within every single individual, when you take responsibility and up level your own integrity, then with that, you find that where you are right now is enough, and that there is nothing more for you to do. There is only you for you to be, and that's it. So if you are someone who needs to heal from this disconnect, like if this theme is really for you, that you believe your purpose is to help others, or you believe your purpose is to make a difference in the world, or you believe your purpose is to do anything beyond just being you, then you're definitely going to get the opportunity to reconcile that throughout 2020. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to work really, really hard and get very little results, because life is asking for you to stop working so hard and recognize what it is that you truly need to be focusing your attention on, which is you, what's happening inside of you, what's the narrative that goes on in your head whenever a situation occurs in which you would typically blame or shame, what goes on inside of you whenever a situation occurs in which it seems like the other person is not connected to the sensitive being that you are. Being able to know and to the heart and the core of your being who you are, and how to just let that be enough. If you're ready for that to be enough, if you're like 2020 is my year to be enough, then just know that all of life is backing that up, and all the energy is aligned for you to live into that. If you want support and guidance on how to just be still and be you and simplify and balance and receive, then talk to me, because I have the perfect opportunity for you to have ongoing support that will allow you to do just that, to give up all this running around and doing. You're still going to be doing some stuff throughout the year, but that's on you. That's going to happen regardless. If you want to go through all those actions with more ease, with more peace of mind and a better return and all of your monetary and energetic investments, then definitely let's talk about the Holistic Healing Circle. It is kicking off tomorrow. I see that Miss Sarah is there and Julie's there. Both of these ladies are totally committed to this experience, because I talked to both of them. They said, you know what, Chrissy, going into 2020, I know one thing for sure. I have to keep myself a priority. I have to make myself a priority. And I'm just like these ladies in that, yes, I recognize that that's important. And I also know that I don't have 7 hours in my week to carve out for me. So I had to learn how to live a life that supported me and kept me as a priority while I was in the flow of everything else. And that's exactly what these two ladies are going to live more fully into throughout this year and be able to relax more fully into, is learning how to be in the flow, how to reconnect to their enoughness over and over again, and to continue to undo their conditioning that they have to do or be anything other than exactly who and where they are in order to have the most rich, fulfilling experience available in life. So Sarah says, we'll watch later, about to get on a call. Great, Sarah. So glad that you were able to chime in. And that's the beautiful thing about having these on replay. And you ladies are going to get these 5 themes more in depth as we kick off the conversation that's getting started tomorrow in the Holistic Healing Circle. So definitely plug into that as well, because we're going to go super in depth into these themes so that you can understand as life goes on why these things are happening to you, and you can shift how you react, how you respond, so you can start to finally get some different results in life. Okay, so I've got to know at this point, if you're here watching live or in replay, have these themes been popping up for you? Have you been finding ample opportunity to throw some blame around? Have you had lots of opportunity to feel shameful about where you are in your life, or your current life situation or overall experience, or maybe a particular engagement or interaction that you had with somebody? Have you been feeling this opportunity or this need to like run around and fix life? And are you tired of that? Are you just worn out and tired of trying to keep up with this guessing game on making all the moves in the right way to get life to finally work how it is that you want for it to? Hey, Colleen, I know you've been feeling the vibe for 2020, and I'm sure that these energy themes are pretty predominant that you've already picked up on in your world as well. Okay, so how does this pertain to right here, right now? Not only you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, yeah, Chrissy, I see what you're saying. I've had lots of opportunity to reconnect to the humanity within others, or I've had plenty of times that I've stepped over the humanity in others. And now that I'm looking back, I can see how I missed that opportunity. So if you've been finding these themes predominant in your life, Julie says, yes. If you've been finding these predominant in your life, just know that particularly right now, today, tomorrow, the next 5 days, I would say for us here in our hemisphere here on, here in the States or on this side of the world, over the next few days, what we're going to be dealing with is that we have a new full moon. Not a new moon, a full moon. We have the first full moon of the new year. So full moons are always an opportunity to do some deep reflecting, to detox, to clear out the clutter, to cleanse, to free yourself, to release, to let go of what no longer serves you. So how do we know what things need to go? And how does that affect us? How that affects us is that our energy typically gets weighed down. We feel kind of achy and tired, like we need to take a nap, maybe like we got a little bit of the flu or we're coming down with something. And that's totally normal when the energy intensifies during the full moon. It's just something what happens. Start to notice. You'll pay attention to your own body during the full moon. You'll notice you start to get a little tired, a little cranky, a little lethargic. And that's normal because you're supposed to be resting, slowing down, reflecting, and building up reserves for the new moon energy, which is all about action and creation and birthing forth something new. But the full moon is reflective. It also kind of, I feel the energy like it's kind of like a backward pull. So it could kind of seem like, oh, things are regressing, things are slowing down, things are not working out. And just know if it feels that way, it's the full moon energy. And because these energy themes are so strong right now for 2020, take your time in your reflections to think about these themes as you reflect back on whatever it is that's bothering you or weighing you down. Because whatever that thing is that's weighing you down, it's not the thing. It's how you're thinking, how you're experiencing the thing. That's what's asking to cleanse. That's what's asking to be released. And that's what the perfect opportunity for you to release during this full moon will be connected to, which is why you're getting these feelings of this isn't working out. It's because that old stinking thinking is what's on its way out. So it's not, oh, this isn't working and everything's going downhill. No, it just feels like things aren't working so that you can get in touch with how you relate to yourself when it seems like things aren't working. And then you can reconnect to the energy of 2020 and remember, oh yeah, it's time to be seeing beyond what meets the eye, tap back into these 5 themes and see how you can either let go of that blame and shame. You can up-level your own integrity. You can reconnect to the humanity within others. You can stop trying to fix and solve yourself and life. And you can also get back connected to your true purpose, which is to just simply, perfectly, beautifully, you can't mess this one up, be you. And if you want a safe space to just be you, to practice being still while you're still moving forward throughout 2020, let's talk about the Holistic Healing Circle. I've got 3 seats left. I would love to have those filled before we kick off tomorrow. So, okay. The other thing I love to do with these energy updates, y'all know, is that I like to check in with the mermaids here in the Oracle of the Mermaids Oracle deck to see what they have to say, what kind of insights they want to bring to the table. I'm going to add one more message, and then I'm going to invite you to join me over in the Conscious Success community for a 3-card spread where you can get a little bit more insight. Okay. What do these lovely mermaids have to say about these 5 themes for 2020? This card came up the other day too. It is card number 1, which I love. We're here at the first of the month. We're here at the first of the year. 1 always represents new beginnings, fresh starts, starting new. And what the beauty card in particular has to say, along with grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit, this card invites us to get back connected with your beauty, your outer beauty, but more importantly, your inward beauty and the beauty that you have as a soulful being here having a human experience, and to recognize that you can clear out and release anything that is unlike you, and you can revel in the unique beauty that is yours and only yours. Not only to recognize it, but start to honor it, to cherish it, to create rituals around it, to start to give it recognition. And that's exactly what I am saying. All these themes are here to do, is to get you back in touch with the fact that you are beautiful. You're perfect as is, and so is this life. And if you don't experience it as such, it's because life is giving you an opportunity to heal and reconcile something within yourself. And if you want to start to tip the tides in a different direction, let's connect further. Let's totally shift your perspective throughout 2020 so that you can simplify, you can balance, and you can learn how to receive in a way that doesn't get you depleted at the end of the day. All right. I love y'all so much. Thanks for being here. Love that beauty card. Give me a couple minutes. I'll get those cards posted over in the Conscious Success community. So if you don't see it with today's date, which is 1/7/20, then just hold off and I will get those posted for you. All right. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're here on my YouTube channel, and feel free to share this video with others, and I'll see you again very soon. Love ya. Bye. Thanks for being here live.